Welcome to this video on the history of radio, focusing on the evolution of what we call the blind medium. Radio is unique because it relies solely on sound and requires the listener's imagination to construct mental images, unlike television. By exploring its history, we can understand how technology shapes content. The wireless era began with James Clerk Maxwell, who predicted the existence of radio waves. Heinrich Hertz later proved this theory in 1888 by successfully generating and detecting these waves. Guglielmo Marconi transformed this theory into a practical communication tool in 1895, sending the first wireless signal. This wireless telegraphy was initially used for point-to-point communication, especially for ships. The 1912 Titanic disaster highlighted the necessity of regulated wireless communication. Wireless signals were crucial in saving survivors, transitioning radio from a novelty to an essential safety tool. Reginald Fessenden is credited with the first transmission of voice and music in 1906, shifting radio from dots and dashes to human sound. Lee De Forest's invention of the audion tube amplified signals, making commercial broadcasting technically feasible. The true start of broadcasting occurred in 1920 when KDKA in Pittsburgh broadcast the U.S. presidential election results. Broadcasting means casting a signal broadly to a scattered, anonymous audience. The golden age of radio, from the 1930s to the 40s, saw the radio become the central source of family entertainment and news. Families would gather around the radio set during the Great Depression and World War II. Popular genres included soap operas, often sponsored by soap companies, quiz shows, and detective serials that use sound effects, or Foley, to create suspense and action in the listener's mind. Orson Welles' 1938 radio drama, War of the Worlds, demonstrated the medium's power. It caused panic among some listeners who believed the fictional alien invasion was actually happening. President Franklin D. Roosevelt utilized radio's intimacy with his Fireside Chats. He used a calm, conversational style to speak directly to the nation, proving radio's effectiveness for political leadership. The 1950s brought a crisis with the arrival of television, which stole the audience for drama and variety shows. Radio pivoted, reinventing itself as a personal, portable companion, focusing on niche markets. Radio survived thanks to two factors: the transistor, which made radio small and portable, and the shift to format radio like Top 40. This targeted teenagers with continuous music and elevated the disc jockey, or DJ. The FM revolution in the 60s to 80s brought superior, static-free sound fidelity, ideal for music. Radio also expanded through public service broadcasting for education and community radio, amplifying local voices. In the digital age, radio converged with the internet. Podcasting represents the most significant shift, offering on-demand audio and mastering intimacy and portability in the digital ecosystem. These are the image sources used for the first half of this video. These are the image sources used for the remainder of the video.